Yeah. I don't really like sexualizing women, but I can't help but just look at you and see that you're true. And your body too. Can you be my fantasy? I've been dreaming. Hope I'm not just creeping. Can you be my fantasy? I've been dreaming. Hope you don't think I'm creeping. Hold up. I've been sipping, I've been drinking, I've been on that alcohol. I've been doing this, you know I got that good Lord and some more. I can make you fall asleep, I can make you fall in love with me. Fall in love with me, this is just a fantasy. Is it a fantasy? Is it a fantasy? I see. Is it a fantasy? Is it a fantasy? Is it a fantasy? I see. I got her weak up and her knees. The way I move, the way I groove, the way I move so sensually. I take you down, I move it round. I tell you, girl, you earned your crown. Let's be wild, let's get wild. Is this a fantasy? You and me, we gon' see. It's a fantasy. It's just you and me. Sometimes I go to sleep and close my eyes and dream of you. What do? 'Cause I don't really know where to go. Sometimes I dream of her and her. Which one is her? 'Cause I don't wanna hurt nobody, so that's not on me. I'm a prodigy. Is this a fantasy? I know it's going slow. Let's take it slow. I know. Say, where you gonna go? Yeah, where you wanna go? I know. You've been hurt before. Yeah. I know you've been hurt before. So you just keep asking, is this a fantasy? Is this a fantasy? We gon' see. Is this a fantasy? Is this a fantasy? We gon' see. Yeah, we gon' see. Fantasy. We gon' see.